Hello students, I am your physics teacher Dwaipayan Deb in the Department of Physics, Ramanuj Gupta Degree College. In this video, I shall be giving you a brief introduction to the CBCS first semester physics syllabus. To start with, I would like to explain a few terminology that you will encounter during your degree course. The first one is CBCS, which means choice-based credit system. In contrast to the year-based system that we had earlier, now you'll have semesters where you'll be required to appear in exam in every 6 months, and you will have a total of 6 semesters in the period of 3 years of your degree course. Okay, and it is also a multidisciplinary system where you can choose your honors subject from one stream and the other subject, or that means past subjects, from the other stream. Okay, that is possible in this system. And the other thing that is important in this system is that, in contrast to the previous results that were declared in the form of classes, that is first class, second class, third class, now you'll be given your result in the form of grades. Okay, so grades are the letters A, A++, B, C, like that, on the basis of points. Previously, the classes were given in the basis of percentage of marks that were obtained by the student in the exam, and now percentage of marks will not be given. You will be given points. Okay, starting from 0 to 10, you will earn points on the basis of your performance, and on that you will be given gradings. Okay, now the second term that I would like to explain is core course. That is honors course or compulsory papers that you would like to opt for during your admission. You may not choose honors also, then you will be a past student. And the third thing is that elective course. That means the students that who will choose honors papers will have to choose the other papers. Those papers will be known as elective papers. Okay, so if you are a past student, then all the papers will be elective papers. Now, the elective course can be of 3 types. The first one is general elective, or GE, and that is these are the past papers of the honors students. That means if physics is your honors paper, then the other papers such as chemistry, mathematics, these will be your general elective or GE papers. Okay, and the second type is the DSC, or that is discipline specific course, or DSC. These are the papers of the past students. If you have not chosen any honors paper, then your papers will be a DSC paper. Okay, now among those past students who will choose a particular subject to be their first subject, those first subject papers will be known as discipline specific elective or DSE papers. Okay, suppose a past student has chosen physics as his first paper, so his physics papers will be known as discipline specific elective or DSE papers. Okay, in case of physics, DSC and DSE are identical to each other, but only in 5th and 6th semester, DSE students, that means those students who has chosen physics as their first paper, will have one extra paper. Okay, otherwise these are identical to each other. Now let us come to your first semester physics syllabus. Honors students will have 4 papers in their first semester. Each of these papers will have a code name, that is PHS HCC, followed by the paper number, that is 101T, 101P, etc. Now PHS means physics, H means honors, and CC means core course, that I have already explained. And in 101T, that is theory, T means theory and P means practical. So in 101T, that is theory paper of mathematical physics 1, you will be learning calculus, vector calculus, orthogonal and curvilinear coordinates, introduction to probability and Dirac delta function, and theory of errors. Okay, among these topics, calculus is known to you from your knowledge of mathematics in higher secondary. The other things will be new to you. Okay, And in 101P, that is Mathematical Physics 1 lab, you will be learning programming skills. You have to learn the programming languages such as C, C++, Fortran, Python. These are the languages that we teach in our college, and you will be learning the techniques of error analysis with the help of computer program, the basics of scientific computing, and random number generation, solution of algebraic and transcendental equation by bisection, etc. In 102T, that is mechanics, you will be learning fundamentals of dynamics, reference frames, inertial frames, Newton's laws of motion, like that. And in work and energy, most of this topic, work and energy, has been covered in your higher secondary, but you will be learning a little bit more than that in this semester. Collisions has been fully covered during the higher secondary, but some things are new about collision, that is center of mass frame and laboratory frames, that you have not learned in your higher secondary, and you will be learning this time. And you will be also learning rotational dynamics. In rotational dynamics, angular momentum of a particle and a system of particles, torque, like that. These are the things that will be covered in rotational dynamics. Gravitation and central force motion, laws of gravitation, gravitational potential energy, inertial and gravitational mass. And also you'll be learning oscillations, SHM, simple harmonic oscillations, damped oscillation, forced oscillation. This also has been taught in your higher secondary, but you will get advanced topics in this area. Non-inertial systems, inertial systems, and special theory of relativity. In special theory of relativity, you will be learning Michelson-Morley experiment and its outcome, postulates of special theory of relativity, Lorentz transformation, and these are the things that are new to you, and I think you will find interest in learning these things now in your physics course. Okay, now let me come to the mechanics lab, that is 102P. In this lab paper, you will have to do experiments with vernier caliper, screw gauge. We have already done this in your higher secondary. To determine the moment of inertia of unknown body by a suitable method, to determine the coefficient of viscosity of water by a suitable method, and you will have to determine the Young's modulus of a wire by Charles' method that we have the apparatus, and you will also have to find out the rigidity of air, and you will also have to find out the value of G, that is acceleration due to gravity, by the use of bar pendulum and Ketter's pendulum. And you have experiment with spring also. You will have to determine the spring constant, the value of G, and modulus of rigidity of the material of this spring. And so these are the experiments that the honors students have to do in their first semester. Now let us come to the past papers. In first semester, the past students will have 2 papers only, 101T, that is mechanics, and 101P, mechanics lab. This is same for whether you are a GE student or DSE student or DSE student. Okay, in 101T theory, the syllabus that is given is almost the same as the syllabus that we have already learned in your higher secondary, but a little bit new things you will now learn. First of all, you will be taught vectors, and I know that vectors has been largely covered in higher secondary, so I think you will not find any difficulty in learning vectors now. Ordinary differential equations, that also you have learned in your mathematics in the higher secondary, and laws of motion, frames of reference, Newton's laws of motion, dynamics of a system of particles, center of mass. All this you have already learned, but now you will get all these things in a more elaborate manner. Okay, momentum and energy, conservation of momentum, work and energy, rotational motion, angular velocity, angular momentum, etc. These things you have already know. Also, you will have gravitation, Newton's law of gravitation, motion of a particle in a central force field, motion in a plane. Here you will find a little bit new things about the Newton's law of gravitation. In the higher secondary, in a very simple manner it was discussed, but now you'll get this in an elaborate manner. And there is also elasticity again, Hooke's law, stress strain diagram, then fluid, surface tension, viscosity, Paul's formula, and already you have learned these things as I see. And lastly, you will have to learn special theory of relativity. In special theory of relativity, we will have to learn constancy of speed of light, postulates of special theory of relativity, length contraction, time dilation, relativistic addition of velocities. So these are new things. I think you will find interest in learning these new things. And if I come to now the practical paper, there are many experiments that are common to both pass and honor students. First of all, measurement of length by vernier caliper, screw gauge, traveling microscope, these are there. And the determination of moment of inertia of a regular body by torsional pendulum. Determination of Young's modulus of a wire by Charles method. Then to determine the modulus of rigidity of a wire by statistical method. Then it comes to the determination of G by a Keter pendulum and bar pendulum, both you have to do. The determination of G and velocity of a freely falling body using digital timing technique, that is new. There is a new experiment. To study the motion of a spring and calculate spring constant value of G. And lastly, to determine the coefficient of viscosity of water by Calipari flow method, that is Paul's method. So these are the overview of the first semester physics syllabus. I think you will not find any difficulty in your first semester syllabus. In details, my colleagues will discuss a little bit more about your course. Thanks for watching.